A few years after my mother passed away in 1997, I had the opportunity to reflect on the characters of Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz when I wrote my coming-of-age memoir, Growing Up X. I was able to reflect upon the values both my parents found important in raising their children. It was important to my parents that I knew who I was as a woman and who I was as a person of the African diaspora. And as such, I learned about the lessons of service, and I learned to live a purpose-driven life. Most people don't realize that my father was just a young man when he took a stance against institutionalized racism, institutionalized oppression. Brother Malcolm was just in his 20s when he stood against the power and might of the United States government and demanded justice primarily for every breathing African American and ultimately for every breathing soul oppressed and or repressed around the globe. And I also want to acknowledge my cousin back there, Ronell Collins. When my father came to Boston to live with his elder sister, Ella Collins, of course, he had the honor and privilege of being raised with his young cousin, nephew actually, Ronell. And Ronell is also the author of my nephew Malcolm's favorite book about his grandfather, seventh child. And he was the one who encouraged me to read it from beginning to end. Thank you. But like you, Brother Malcolm didn't wait for some other person to care about our children and our elders. He didn't wait for someone else to meet the needs of the downtrodden members of the African diaspora. My father was just in his late 20s when he hoisted humanity on his shoulders and carried us forward toward a more egalitarian future. Most people don't realize that my father was so young. You know, we look at Malcolm X and we think that he was in his 50s or something, but we don't compare him to our age. And really younger than a lot of people who are here today. Not by much, of course, just a little bit.